Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Greeting to all of us Om Swastiastu Namo Buddhaya. Excellency to the jurists, honorable to all the participants and the audiences. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to the jurists who have given me this precious opportunity. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alfi Hulwatun Nasichah. I am from ESA Purwokerto. In this good occasion, I would like to deliver my speech entitled Promoting Nationalism for Young Generation through Panchasila. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you, did you know what is nationalism? Yes, nationalism is an understanding which contains that every citizen is the part of Indonesian nation and they are obligated to love and defend their country. As we know that in this digital era, there are so many foreign culture that entering in Indonesia. It causes many young generation lose their nationalism to their country and forget their culture. Even though the very sense of nationalism can threaten and also destroy the Indonesian nation. Therefore, through Pancasila, which is considered have the wisest, fair, and correct value, it is considered to be a unifying nation and fostering the spirit of nationalism. The purpose of this speech is to emphasize and make the youth realize that they have to keep their nationalism and promoting the nationalism to others. To promote nationalism to youth Pancasila, we can do many things, such as tell the history of Pancasila, introducing various diversity of national culture, and pursue the youth to implementing the values of Pancasila in their daily life. Dear ladies and gentlemen, Insinyur Soekarno once said that never forget the history. That quotes continuously have the secret meaning that the history was not just the result of past stories, but it could be the spirit of nationalism. As young generation, we do not forget the history. Then, how do we promote the spirit of nationalism to the young generation? First, we can tell to the young generation that during the colonialism, our heroes must face many complex obstacles until they won and formed Pancasila as the basis foundation for the country. Through Pancasila, finally Indonesia have gained the independence. By telling the history of Pancasila to the young generation, it will make the youth realize that the hard struggle in achieving the independence must be emulated by the spirit of youth nationalism. Secondly, we can promoting nationalism by introducing the cultural diversity in Indonesia. Did you know how many numbers of island and ethnic group in Indonesia? Based on the World Atlas, Indonesia was in sixth rank that have many island and also ethnic group in the world. Indonesia have the number of islands more than 17,504 and it was inhabited by more than 360 ethnic groups. It has the meaning that there are so many differential in our country. So, Pancasila, as the basis foundation of our country, has the strong commitment to this pluralism and also tolerance that is able to unite and maintain the integrity of the various differences. By introducing diversity and understanding the function of Pancasila, the young generation will have the awareness and also they have the responsibility of carrying this commitment. They will also feel proud to their nation because they was born in the diversity but they can put together with an ideology they called as Pancasila. And then the last one is by pursue the young generation to implementing the Pancasila values in their daily life. Pancasila, which has five precepts, have very deep meaning to the young generation who dance in their life. We can apply the 5% right, respecting religious faith of each other, respect to the diversity and not discriminate other, being able to hold the unity, prioritizing the discussion toward consensus to solve the problem, and respecting the human right. They pursue the young generation to implement the values of Pancasila in their daily life. The sense of the nationalism in themselves will grow and they will realize the importance of the spirit of nationalism. Dear ladies and gentlemen, to become a great nation, we must instill the nationalism from an early age. Because if the nationalism is led to be implemented, we will lose the young generation who have the nationalism. So, to overcome this problem and to increase the sense of the nationalism, we can tell the history of Pancasila, introducing various diversity of the nation and also pursuit of the youth to implementing the values of Pancasila in their daily life. At this time, we have to get the question for ourselves as young generation. Are the sense and the value of nationalism are still alive and have been practiced in our daily life? Or the nationalism just to be a concept that we only cite in the word? Let's do the self-reflection, because only ourselves that know the answer. Who had ever said the rise and fall of this country is very dependent on this nation itself. If the United Conservative Indonesia is just the name and also picture of island economy. So, as the hope of the nation and also the determinant of the nation's future, let us unite, create a power, spirit of nationalism, promote nationalism to other, and become smart young generation in order to build better civilization in the future. I think that is enough for me. I'm so sorry for all my mistakes. Thank you so much for your best attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.